Good morning, everyone. David here from True Hope Ministries with some more hope and encouragement. And a question for you Christians out there today. And this will be my last video of the day. My voice is getting hoarse. The air is a little smoky. We're in no danger here, but it's going to be a good day to be at the beach or be indoors, I believe. So here's my question for you Christians, many of you anyway. Why do you still accommodate the secular, that is the godless, worldview into your theology? What I mean by that is, why do you accept the Bible, accept creation? I know there are many of you out there who still believe in the Big Bang and evolution, because that's what science tells you. We've been indoctrinated into that view and conditioned into that view from, at least for me, from grammar school, or at least 7th grade science, I'd say. So why do we accept that? Well, part of it is because it's constant. We're constantly shown in the media, whether it's print or movies or radio, even scientific journals, whatever. It's like, oh, a fossil was just found. It's 50 million years old. Or, oh, look at this unearthed that is 75 million years old. And, oh, now we understand the DNA strand and we know how complex it is and how long it took, add your number of millions of years to evolve. But is that really correct? What does the Bible say? Well, right at the beginning, Genesis 1:1. So God created the heaven and the earth. Period. End of story. If you're a Bible-believing and Bible-reading Christian, how can you throw that out and then say, well, the rest of the Bible is good? Now you're determining God's word, and that is a very slippery slope and dangerous path, my friends. I understand, again, the conditioning has been going on most of your lives, if not all your life. And it's thrown out there in the media so haphazardly and so regularly that it's easy to, oh, yeah, look at that. That's, I mean, I saw, excuse me, I saw something on the side of a U-Haul truck, about some, and it's all painted as if we really knew exactly what they looked like and what color it was and where it lived. And, it's very exciting and amazing. And it's like, oh, the fill in the blank dinosaur lived 32 million years ago and so forth and so on. Just because it's repeated over and over again doesn't make it true. So the truth is that God created everything. He created the universe, He resides outside of that, and He created the whole. Everything, including us. So why is this so important? Well, beyond accepting all of the Bible as God's inerrant word, it's important because our view, the biblical view, gives distinct purpose and meaning to the individual's life. Our souls were created individually by the good and mighty Lord. That's important. The secular view, right, the atheistic view, says you came from pond scum. There was some water, there were some minerals, there was a lightning bolt, and boom, life. Seriously? Well, guess what, friends? That has never, ever been proven to be correct. Evolution, that is macroevolution, from goo to you. My program is divine, not slime, but, did you really come from an ape, which came from a salamander, which came from the pond scum? You see, that viewpoint denigrates and takes away the individual value of the individual. So what does that lead to? What does that godless attitude, that secular worldview lead to? Well, it leads to communism and socialism and Marxism and all the things that seek to take away your individuality, your individual purpose, your individual meaning, and the soul that God gave you. This is a very real, important issue. What else does it lead to? Well, if you don't care about the individual and you don't think that we were fearfully and wonderfully made and that we have value, well, then why not have abortion? What does it matter? You're the same as everything else. You're the same as a rock or a fish or an ape. Fill in the blank. Is that what you really believe? If you're a Christian, I doubt if that's what you really believe if you think about it. But the conditioning is constant. I mean, it's constant. Everything you hear and read in the media, for the most part, is constantly telling you that you're just part of the universe and you're part of nature. And oh, well, you're bad because you're polluting, but we can get back to nature. Well, folks, guess what? It wasn't just man that fell. We started it. But on that day, God took his protective hand away from us and allowed us to live as we are. That means he took his hand, his protective grip, took it off of us, the whole world. So getting back to nature, well, nature isn't perfect. We're not perfect. Nature isn't perfect. I mean, the struggle for life, I mean, think about what you see in nature. Does it seem perfect to you? We see the beauty of it. We see the the wondrous nature of God's creative genius. I mean, there's no greater artist than God. I mean, look at the trees, the ocean, the mountains. It's amazing. And this is the fallen world. Imagine what it looked like in the beginning. Incredible. I can't wait to see what it looks like in heaven. There will be a new earth and a new heaven. So looking forward to that, Lord. Any time is fine. But again, please think about the worldview that you're accepting and that you're accommodating. You're a believer. Your salvation is in Jesus Christ, and yet you believe in evolution. Think about how that doesn't fit, how that doesn't jibe together. And think about why you're accommodating that view. What is it that makes you believe the rest of the Bible but not the creative story of the Bible? It's all real. It's all accurate. And then think about this. When's the last time you had an atheist or a secular scientist try and accommodate your view into their theology or philosophy, it's more accurate, or into their worldview? Do you see them clamoring to say, hey, David, tell me more about the Bible. Tell me more about Genesis. Let's read that together. Yeah, I don't think so. That's not happening. But Christians seem increasingly to adopt and accept that secular view of creation, and it's dangerous. Anytime you take God's sacred gift of our soul away from us, that's a dangerous precedent. And it just leads to us being more in this world. And we don't want to be in this world. We're, as the saying goes, we're of it, but we're not in it, because we seek the Lord, and our salvation is in him, and our destiny is eternal, and it's in heaven. And that's the way we should live each day, because it's comforting. And we have a purpose. We all have a purpose. And we have to be still and quiet and humble before the Lord so he can give us that purpose individually. And we all, of course, for every day we have left in this world, we have the purpose of showing others the light of Jesus Christ, the light of the Lord, that beautiful, glowing, effervescent light that is good and mighty Lord, who sacrificed all for us. That's a sacrifice I want to be aware of every single day, because that makes me more appreciative of everything the Lord has given us. So think about that. Think what you're accommodating from the worldly view into your theology, and see if it doesn't make sense to not exclude that very important beginning of the Bible. I hope this has been helpful for you. It's a subject that's very dear to me, and I study it, I look into it, and I hope you will too. In the next video of this subject, I will give you more resources to look at and some great authors to read. For those of you who are very scientifically minded, there is a book, and the authors, it's a compendium of letters, but it's entitled In 6 Days. And that book is, it has, I believe, 50 notes, letters from 50 PhD scientists, all of whom believe in the creative story of the Bible. Okay, not theologians, not pastors, not priests, scientists in the physical sciences, doctors, biologists, geologists, physicists. So, it's a great book. You can find it used on eBay in 6 days. So these are people that believe in the literal 6-day creation. And I think you'll find it fascinating, and to see how it affected these people. They're not all Christian, but they believe in that. They believe in the Creator. And that is a huge, big step in the right direction. So take a look at that. Thank you all again for indulging me to share this with you. And God bless you and keep you. See you again.